ordinance that you were reconsidering mining in Ashland County. Can you address that?
Yeah. In fact, I think I dug up that particular article as well, and it was in the Ashland paper, and it was written by Rick Olivo. And basically what Bob had said is that it's one of the things that we are considering. So we're considering a lot of things. Like Tim had alluded to, we've found more reserves than we'd expected. So we've got to find ways to work with those reserves, put them into the mine plan, find access into the areas. And at that time right now, using that geology, we're looking for the right sequence of events that need to take place in the mining plan. So it's one of the things we are considering is the Ashland site. There is a lack of trust there, which was alluded to by Bob Seitz as well. So it's all a matter of what is the sequence that we need and how much effect that particular side of the county will have for us. And like I said, we've seen more reserves on the iron side now. Maybe that's where we work on it. But essentially, it's one of the considerations that we have to make. Most of these are going to be economic considerations, and that's kind of what the business is about.
One other question, what effect does the price of ore have on your plans?
And everybody likes to see a high price when you're selling it. Since we're not selling it yet, it doesn't really have much of an effect or bearing on us. You usually don't do very well in business if you build at high prices and then expect to sell it low. So it's a cycle. Iron's always been a cycle, always cyclical. Right now it's down, but it's not down to what it was in 2002 when it was a penny and a half a pound. It's still significantly higher than that. And I don't see that as being a grand effect or a detrimental effect to us.
Tony still in his reports, he keeps talking about cliffs, resources, and how if Mr. Klein is interested in a mine, why wouldn't he just buy that which has all these operational mines and all the infrastructure in place for $1.3 billion when the projected cost of this is $1.5 billion?
I wouldn't know where Cliffs was selling their U.S. properties.
Well, it's a publicly traded stock. I think that you could buy the stock.
It doesn't give me a plan.
No, I'm just saying that the value of all of the properties that Cliffs owns is less than what the projected input into this mine is when you have more output.
You got to look at what Cliff has and what they're looking for and what they're doing. I mean, their newest plants are almost 30 years old. We're saying we're going to come in with new technology. We're saying we can come in with a new approach that would make us more competitive. And we've been saying that for the last 4 years as well. When times get tough, it's usually the oldest mines that go down first, and it's the young ones that are still with the close ore body and newer technology that continue to thrive. Is Cliffs hurting here in the States? I don't know that. I don't suspect that. I think they're hurting more in Australia and up in Canada than they are in the States. They've bought into coal properties, so they've got a coal mining company as well. I don't know enough about what Cliffs is here or what their philosophy is or what their goal is. If you look back in 1982, Cliffs had offshore oil drilling, Cliffs had copper mining, Cliffs had uranium mining, Cliffs had housing development areas. So they don't have any of that today, so I'm not sure which way they're heading. I don't know what their direction is. I mean, that's pretty much set by their board of directors.
Other questions? Okay.